Hi everyone, this is Audrey and how Audrey deals with it. I'm here with my sister and we've decided to make a healthy snack. And the other thing that came to my mind really is the energy bars that I make. They are so easy, made from crushed nuts, all kinds of nuts, any kind of nut that you basically have at home. You can just throw together. This recipe I got from Body Rock. This exercise website. They have Lisa from Body Rock. They have everyday workouts. I got this recipe basically from her, so and I thought just to show you how to do it. Now I've already started. What I do is I grind half of my nuts into like a fine powder. Be careful not to grind it too much, then it will turn into a butter. You don't want it to be a butter. You just any amount, it doesn't matter how much, just like a good portion. Like I have like a big bowl full of different kinds of nuts that I've used, and half of it I just crush with this little thingy, hammer type of thingy. What do you call this? Do you know?
I don't know. I think it's a marinade hammer or something.
A marinade hammer? I never know what it's called, but anyway, that's what I did it. In a plastic bag, just crush them roughly, and then you mix them all together. Now, once that's done, I use a combination of blackstrap molasses and honey. Most of the time I use artificial sweetener, whatever kind you use. Stevia, what's all the sweeteners out there that you have?
Stevia, I think, is the most popular.
Most popular is stevia?
Xylitol.
Xylitol and all of that. Can't even remember. I don't use all of them. And so we just use basically what we have at home. I have molasses, the blackstrap molasses. It's taken from the sugar cane. It's the most purest form of sugar, the most healthiest form of sugar. And it's so good. It's got so many benefits. Actually, it's diabetic friendly. And also it's very good for your bones because it contains a lot of magnesium, and for your blood sugar. It's really good. And so I use about a teaspoon of blackstrap molasses and about a tablespoon of honey, or a tablespoon and a half, depending on how you like yours to be sweet. I like mine fairly sweet. And like 1.5 tablespoons of coconut oil. Now, if you have the coconut oil and you know winter time, that becomes hard, so you can just pop it in the microwave, keep an eye on it for just a few seconds, heat it up and stir it all together, which I have done basically right now. And you just pour that right into your, not mixture. There you go. And then you can give that a good old stir. Like so. Mix everything together. My sister told me to move back cheeky so that you can see me too. So guys, today is Sunday. I'm gonna have my chemotherapy tomorrow. What can you do? You have to do it. You just have to go and do it. And so, as I said before, they have reduced the amount of the chemo to 25% because I'm already experiencing neuropathy. And I started all kinds of different stuff apart from that, which I will make a video about. All kinds of healthy mineral stuff that I'm taking lately. My sister bought for me. Why did I have it in the cupboard? I've never even... what is it? Frankincense and... Frankincense and myrrh. I soak this overnight and then first thing in the morning, I drink that before my meal with probiotics. And then after my meal, I have vitamin C, very good vitamin C. But I'm going to make a whole video about the benefits of all the interesting new minerals I started taking to help the chemo process a little bit easier. 'Cause I'm really suffering. For me, it's hard. Some people don't have these symptoms. I do. So what I do is I crack 2 large eggs into the mixture. And this is what's going to hold it together. Together with the powdered nuts that I've grained. And you know, you feel free. You can even put coconut pieces, coconut flakes. You can put sesame seeds. You can put, actually what we can add is a mixture of all kinds of seeds. Here I have linseed and hemp seed. What else is in there? And I think maybe chia seeds. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so.
You can even sprinkle a little bit of this in there if you want. You can really play around with it. Give that a good old mix. So the texture should be roundabout, not too gooey, not too liquidy, like a sticky batter. There you go. That's about it. Then you heat up your oven. My oven, I have like a toaster oven, so I put on 160 degree. And you have to remember, this is very, very quick. Less than 15 minutes, I think the most 15 minutes in the oven. You have to keep an eye on it because it can burn very, very quickly. The heat has to be fairly high, but not too high. And then what we do is you basically just pour it into a baking pan. I've put parchment paper. If you have one of those fancy silicone thingies, it's also good. And then you just basically press it down and smooth it out. Shouldn't be any holes there, and it shouldn't be too thick. Maybe if you can just see what I'm doing more or less. It's obviously not going to cover the whole pan, and maybe not even half, but it makes a good portion. Like you get quite a bit out of this amount. If you want more than if you like want to do the whole tray, you're obviously going to use more stuff. Oh, did I mention that I put raisins in here? I put a little bit of raisins in here too, and sometimes I even add a little bit of chocolate chips, like sugar-free chocolate chips in it. You can also add apple puree if you want in it. You can really do what you want, what you like. Smooth it out. Once again, it shouldn't be too thin. This is what mine looks like, roundabout, more or less. Just gonna thin it out a little bit more. And there you go. That's gonna go in the oven for about 15 minutes, maybe even less. And we see how it turns out. So about 15 minutes later, I took it out. And let me just show you what it looks like, more or less. This is what it looks like, more or less. You have to be really, really careful because as you can see on the sides, it started to burn. You have to keep an eye on it. Stay in the kitchen, don't leave the kitchen, basically. And so I cut it like immediately, straight after the oven. I start cutting it into this, you know, whatever size you want. Mine's fairly big size of blocks. Like, first of all, I cut it like in long strips, like that, and then in little blocks, little triangles, little squares or rectangulars. Square or rectangular form, that's the proper way of saying it. See, around about, I don't know if you can see, little block forms. And then put them on a plate to cool. I don't have a rack, so I just put mine on a plate. I just use whatever I have. I don't have a cooling rack. And once they cool down, they become like crispy and soft at the same time. A real delight, a real treat. There you go, you put it on your plate. And then what I do is after they cool down, I actually, during summer, I put them in the fridge. So when it's hot and you want a cool snack, and I eat it straight from the, not from the fridge, from the freezer. I eat it straight from the freezer. And then I have that extra crunch to it, and it's just very refreshing and very cooling. So I'm gonna let these cool down a little bit, and then I'm gonna enjoy them with my sister from South Africa. Check it out there. Okay, so we've waited for them to cool down a little bit, and I have tasted them, and they are not enough sweet to my liking. Because this recipe I do out of my head, and usually I make this recipe with artificial sweetener and not with honey, which is the best to do, because it's not, you know, it's less sugar. For diabetes, this is not recommendable, but you can use the molasses and artificial sweetener. And so I didn't really know how much honey. I thought 1.5 tablespoons would be enough. Maybe for some people it would be enough, but I like it a little bit more sweeter. And also, usually I make this energy bar snack with cacao. And as I said before, with chocolate, a little bit of chocolate chips inside, it makes a huge difference. And so what I've decided to do is I just took the chocolate chip and I microwaved them a little bit, added a little bit of cream, and just put them on top. I mean, they don't really look very fancy, but I think this is going to give it just an extra little boost. Mine does have sugar. This chocolate chip is a dark chocolate chip. It does have a little bit of sugar. You can use the sugar-free chocolate chip. I know that there is some out there. And yeah, so basically this snack is less carbohydrates. It's not carbohydrate free, but it's less. And if you want, you can add some oats to your nuts if you prefer that. But yeah, I decided not to put oats, and I forgot about the cacao. You don't have to put the cacao. You can put the apple puree, as I said. Maybe that will give it an extra sweet flavor. So this is what I did. This is what I came up with, and I'm just gonna give it a taste and see how it is. It's still warm. And there's a real crunch to it, and it's soft and crunchy. It's going to cool down more. It's going to be more crunchier. And the chocolate will cool down. And the chocolate definitely adds a little bit more sweetness to it. Right up my alley. So please feel free to like and share and to comment and even subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Until I see you again. Enjoy.